Stories from the Mansion presents the Sinister 11. Who are they? They were 11 portraits depicting sinister inhabitants of the haunted mansion. They were made specifically, except for Medusa and April December, for the haunted mansion at Walt Disney World, which opened with the park in 1971. The portraits used to be located after the turn that the doom buggies made after the loading area. These were hung on both sides of the hallway and had eyes that followed you as your doom buggy passed through. The effect was achieved by cutting the canvas and placing inverted ping pong ball halves in each eye. A similar effect used for the Follow You busts at the library. These portraits ended up being removed in 2007 and were replaced with the changing portraits and the thunderstorm from the California version. Their origins go way back to the time when the haunted mansion was being planned and designed. A changing portrait idea was being planned, and several of the Sinister 11 were planned as changing portraits, but ended up being unused on the California version. Such are the cases of the April December portrait, the Witch of Walpurgis portrait, which as you may see, was originally planned for the mansion as a changing portrait, which transformed from witch to goat. The werewolf portrait, which changed from traveler to wolfman. The Rasputin portrait and the couple portrait. The vampire portrait, which transformed into a bat-like figure. And if you ask me, this vampire looks a lot like Barnabas Collins, and as you can see, he was considered at the beginning. Since the Florida version was to open merely 2 years after the California one, when its Californian version was being made, 2 props of each were ensembled, and it was merely identical. To distinguish it from its original counterpart, the Sinister 11 were used with some other elements and rooms, which made it slightly distinct. So, where are they now? Of the 11 portraits, 7 of them are hung in the loading area. 2 of them, April December and the couple, are at the stairs that lead to the candelabra balcony. Finally, the fan-named Opera Glasses Lady is at the turn going from the ballroom to the attic. The 11th one, Medusa, was removed since there is already a Medusa portrait at the changing portrait section. Tokyo Disneyland hosts the Haunted Mansion Holiday, and it's the only attraction that has a Nightmare Before Christmas version of the Sinister 11. Here, each portrait features a different character from the Nightmare Before Christmas, and also have eyes that stare at you as you go through. So that is the fate of the 11 most sinister inhabitants of the mansion. Would you like some other haunted mansion stories? Do suggest them at the comment section. For now, they'll be expecting me, and I'll see you all a little later. But please, do feel free to like or subscribe. I would also like to thank LGM Videos and Sokol Attractions 360 for the amazing videos they have of the Haunted Mansion. Do check their channels out and subscribe to them. Also, if you're into the Haunted Mansion like me, visit some of the blogs I will link in the description. They are just incredible. And if you're looking for the basics in the Haunted Mansion history, do visit doombuggies.com.